Welcome to Life Hacks Beyond Convention with Dee and Sonia. And it's that going minimalist or trying to lower the amount of things we've got around us, isn't it? So, because I'm still working on that. I looked at some crockery this week and went, you know what? I never use them. They're going. And but things like a personal item like the blanket, still want to use and make use of.
I had one friend say to me, because there was just a few things that I wasn't sure about. It's like, oh, there's just these memories for me, is why I like this thing and why I keep it. And she just said, oh, look, if you're putting it in storage, that was before I moved to SA and, things were getting backed up a bit for storage and whatnot. She said, just put a little piece of paper in it with the story that's attached to it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and she said, so then if you never take it out of storage, it doesn't matter. And if you pass away, or when you pass away, not if, I will one day, and, the kids are going through it and whatnot, then that gives them more context as to, do I want this memory or not?
Yeah. But also, aside from that, I've noticed that there's a couple of antique stores in our district, the ones that put stories with the items, and one wouldn't know if they're true or not, but a story with an item sells. And
Yeah.
same with other forms of marketing. And even if you're marketing other things online, people like stories. They want to
Well,
hear
I
the
never
story.
even thought of that. But that is so true that, even if the kids want to get rid of it all, there's a story attached to it, which
Yeah.
will give it more value.
Mm.
Yeah, I'd never even considered that. But I just thought that was a really good tip
Yes.
for if you're just a bit uncertain or you have got things that have got memories attached to them and you
Yeah.
haven't had opportunities to tell the people in your family those stories, just write them down and stick it on them. So,
And also we might have told them the story, when they
but
were
they've
kids.
forgotten. Yeah.
Why would they remember one little story from back then? So
Exactly.
that's a really good. I'm going to do that with even just
I
stuff
thought
around
that
the
was a
house.
great idea.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Oh,
when I unpacked, there's just this one lovely little plate
mm.
that it's a side plate size that this lady hand painted for me for my 21st birthday.
Oh, wow.
I
That's
know.
beautiful.
It's just lovely. And so, I mean, I really like it. So it helps that I like it, but actually it wouldn't matter whether I liked it much or not. I still
Mm.
would keep it because of that memory. And so and it had been bubble wrapped and everything. And there was a little piece of paper. So I've sticky taped that piece of paper onto it because that particular one I've just got up so I can look at it. I'm not using it, but it's right where I can see it every day.
Yeah.
So that's nice. But then there's another one that just had a nice story attached to it, and I've got my coffee bags in it. But on the bottom of that, I've just got the little piece of paper with its story on. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then so you can't actually see the piece of paper, but I use it every day. I thought because some of these things were things I only bought out for special occasions, and I just realised that was a mindset that I'd inherited from those around me and the era that I was born in,
Yep.
that you use your good things for good. So I always remember my nana, she
Mm.
would have these dresses, but they were her best dresses.
And you never
And
use the stuff.
yeah, and so,
Yeah.
and she'd say, oh, no, that's for my best dress.
Yeah.
And yeah, she didn't use it. And there were other things that she never used. So I just think, no, we need to use this stuff. It doesn't matter. So one of these lovely trays that a friend gave me for a gift one time that I almost never used because I just don't have those events so much. I use it as a spoon rest now every
Yep.
day.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
thought, well, if it gets broken, at least it gets broken because I loved it and not just
Yeah.
because, I don't know, I
Yeah.
moved house and the box got dropped.
Mm. We've had this discussion before, and so it's important
Mm,
that it's come up another time that,
yeah.
we hang on to all this stuff. And like you said, you had the china cabinet with the Noritake dinner set that you saved up and spent thousands on, and it never sees the light of day. And the reality is, porcelain and lots of things degrade if they're not used.
Yeah, I didn't know
So,
that about
yeah,
porcelain.
so they have to be put through the warmth and the cold and everything else to kind of, yeah, strengthen to a degree. So, and people don't have dinner parties. Mum and Dad had dinner parties, had 8 people round for dinner, and we had the crystal out and the silverware and the good dinner set and all that. They used it
Mm,
fairly frequently. But
mm.
a lot of families, and certainly now, people don't have dinner parties. Like,
No, we live in a different world, don't we?
yeah, it's we
And
often
even
go
when
out.
people do come around, because you might have a whole group of people, but then you just all sort of, I don't know, go into the couch and you get your pizza boxes all over the coffee tables and
Yes,
stuff
yeah,
like that. Like it's just different. The
yeah.
way that we interact with each other
Mm.
has changed.
Yeah, my
Mm.
mother was a gourmet cook, so and loved cooking, although she was stressed when she did it. But see, for me, cooking is really stressful. So if I want people here for a gathering, it's the barbecue.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
me
just
too. I do
yeah,
the barbecue quite a
and I
lot.
want to spend
Yeah.
time with the people, and not cleaning the silver carefully afterwards. I want to
Mm. That is one thing, having just had a fair few moves and tried to downsize in the meantime, haven't actually got a whole lot of extra things like glassware and that sort of stuff
yeah.
anymore. So if we had a big wingding party, I'd have to go out and buy some paper plates or something.
Well,
Oh no, just go to the op shop and get a whole chunk of plates or
yeah,
something.
or
Yeah.
you just go somewhere else. You go somewhere and pay to have
Oh well,
the
that's the
event.
other thing. Yeah.
That's what most people
Mm,
do now. They just go somewhere else, or you go to a park if the weather's right. Yeah, so you don't
mm.
need all the things. I mean,
Well,
yeah,
and I don't even use glasses. I just use my water bottle.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah, I
we'll
don't.
use glasses occasionally, depending on what we're
Mm.
drinking. Use coffee cups a lot. Um,
Yeah, I use
yeah,
coffee cups a lot.
yes. But I've got way more glasses than I need and way more coffee cups than I need. And
I
yeah,
can't remember. I think I kept 8 glasses because I thought that 8 was a good number. But I, they do get used by other
yeah.
people,
Mm,
but I don't. I just, when I have water, I no, I shouldn't say I never use a glass. If I have a fizzy drink of some sort,
yeah,
then I usually would pour it from from the 2 litre
yeah,
bottle into a glass.
yeah,
And sometimes, even if I've just got a can, I would pour it from the can into the glass.
yeah.
But most of the time, I only use
We were talking about,
glasses and things.
yeah, what we
Mm.
need and what we don't need,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
entertaining in other places rather than at home. Hit the subscribe button below if you want to follow life hacks beyond convention.